are so new offensively, you know, in preparations, for almost everybody else, you have some history that you can go back to 2 or 3 years of how you played against them. This is totally different.
Right.
How do you handle that?
Well, we got 4 games, you know, this thing, and we know that they have a system, and we know what that system is now. I mean, that system has won a national championship at Valdosta, who we're very familiar with. Used to be in the same league with them. And there are more knowns going to play them as far as a scouting report. There are more knowns than we've ever had. So we ought to be able to play better, because we've played with a great deal of uncertainty on defense, haven't we, Juicy?
Yes, sir.
A bunch. And, you know, I may have been looking for some reasons why we played up and down. We hadn't played our best on defense yet, and I sort of thought that maybe the uncertainty had something to do with it. I don't think there's going to be any uncertainty about this. They're really good at what they do. They got a history of doing what they do. Their players have all made plays doing these things. I mean, it'll be the first time we can get into a known category there. And on offense, I think we're in a known category too. So,
Did you have indications that they changed personnel or something?
well, they shifted some people around on defense, but they just go from 1s to 2s. You know, just looks to me like who's playing best. But they play everybody. They brought a few junior college guys in, and they have really solidified themselves as a defensive football team now. They've impressed me.
And there's a guy who's not on here, and I don't know, you may know, may not, who's supposed to be like leading the league in reception, and he's not one of the guys. Is there receivers? Ard, I think.
Yeah, Ard is
Daniel Lord.
Daniel Ard is.
I mean, do they just have that many guys that?
No, he's 89. I don't know why. He's their H, I think, and it's got Rashad Daniel down here. They got so many personnel packages, but Daniel Lord is, and he has a long history of catching the ball at Murray, so he's not a.
I don't know. Right?
The one that I've tried to get a history on that's gotten my attention, Juicy, is this Mike Harris. I mean, they got in their program, they've got 34 on somebody, and they don't have a Mike Harris on their signee list. I don't know where this guy came from, but he's really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. He's the best back I've seen on film.
Played against Earhart before. Does he look different in this system?
He looks more comfortable in the system because he's a big, strong arm guy that likes to get the ball out quick. I think he's still slow a little bit with a knee injury. You remember when he was a freshman, he came here, we couldn't keep up with him. And then they bring in a local kid there, Brockman, and he's a threat to run it. I mean, everybody runs the ball. Their wide receivers will come around and for the speed sweep, number 4, I don't know their names or their numbers yet, but Dexter Barnett, I mean, he'll have a lot of handoff carries. And a lot of their runs are just handoffs. You know, it's just that screen, and it's a lot like Troy, and a lot of people run that style of offense. A lot like, I think they're almost identical to Texas Tech. But Mike Leach coached this head coach. Oh, I can't remember his name all of a sudden. Yeah, Chris Hatcher. Because I dang sure knew who Chris Hatcher is. I can't remember his name, and he's been National Coach of the Year, so I promise you it's just not out of respect, but lack of respect. Chris, great football coach.
Justin, I wanted to ask you this. There's a note in our package that says that you guys haven't given up a sack in the last 112 or 120 pass attempts. Could you just speak to the protection that you guys have been giving Quez and Cody this year? And secondarily, Murray going into last week, we're tied for the national lead in tackles for loss. Just how's that dynamic gonna work Saturday, do you think? Both parts of it.
Well, we practice, really hard at keeping pressure off our quarterbacks, giving them enough time to throw. And we watched a little bit of film on Murray, and it's a lot different than last year. It looks like the defensive line is playing a lot harder than they have been in the past. And we just got to practice with a purpose, and treat it like a game situation where we don't want, because we're going to get a great look from our scout team players, and we don't want anybody coming free, and we just got to gel together. I think we've been doing a good job of that lately. We're flipping guys around, trying to put the best five out there. So.
Well, you flipped sides Saturday, didn't you?
Yes, I moved from right guard to left guard. I didn't have a problem with it or anything. Coach Smouse just came up to me during the week and said he was moving me to left guard. So,
Have you played every position across there? You played every one?
Yes, sir.
In a game, you played every one of them?
yes, sir.
Right guard, left guard, right tackle, left tackle, and center.
Yes, sir.
Till you decided you and Ogletree were gonna change it against them.
Is there anything to the, that's the few sack issue, is it because you all are veterans now? Mostly, older guys, and it's just something that you'll sit there and have a pack that, whoever gives one up, they're gonna have to do X, that kind of thing.
Peer pressure, the best coaching there is.
Yes, sir. We try to we challenge each other and not giving up pressures or sacks, anything like that. And it's just, we just pride ourselves on not giving up sacks and tackles for losses.
And how are you feeling physically?
I
Because
feel,
you're all over the place.
I'm just a little sore. It's just not. I'll be game ready. So.